Many players out there want to build their own Russian kit. However, it's significantly different from many other things that you'd find from Western gear, and it doesn't help that nothing is in English. So today I have Cory from Gun Gamers with me to help give you kind of an intro how to build a Russian-inspired loadout. What's up guys, my name is Lane and welcome back to the BB Warrior. We're here to help you have a better time both on and off the airsoft field. If you enjoy videos like these, I'd love it if you joined our community. Hit that subscribe button down below, and while you're at it, make sure to hit that bell icon next to it for new videos every single Friday here on the channel. So like I said, today I have Cory from Gun Gamers. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your channel?
So Gun Gamers is another educational type channel. We do a lot of reviews on guns and other airsoft products, as well as reviews of events and event producers. We talk about pretty much everything about airsoft.
Yeah. So Gun Gamers does a lot of work with the militia team on Milsim West, which is using Russian gear, but you don't necessarily have to have like an impression, I guess you could say. And that's what we're going to go over today, is how to build a Russian-inspired loadout. These aren't impressions by any means. But the first thing that you're going to need with any sort of loadout is going to be the uniform. There's mainly two really popular options. You have either the partisan suit, which Cory has here. It comes in a couple of different patterns, excuse me. And then you also have what's known as the Sumrak suit. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And the nice thing about both of these suits is that because they are technically oversuits, they do have two different patterns on them. They have more like a spring pattern, and then they have more of a fall pattern as well. So like with the Sumrak, it kind of has like this really bright green on the other side. I'll throw that up on screen right now. And with the partisan suit,
Yeah, it gets a lot more dull on the inside. And the buttons are reversed, so they actually do intend you to use it both ways. I have it bright right now because we're still at that midpoint, and we were at Milsim West where there's still a lot of green. We're just now getting into fall on the East Coast.
Yeah, so you really do have a lot of variety that you can do with these, and like all of the pockets that are on here are interchangeable for whatever size you're using, which is nice. The Russians have a really different opinion of how gear works and that sort of thing, whereas, you know, in the Western world, you get two uniforms, whereas for the Russians, you get one oversuit that can go over a regular uniform that can, you know, go either way for either spring or for, you know, more of a fall season. So now, talking about the load-bearing equipment, this is where you get a lot of variety. Now, we're not going to go over all of the load-bearing options available. However, two of the most popular that you typically see out there is the Mark II, which I consider to be like the most NATO chest rig that you can buy for Rust 4, or you can get like a harness system. Like this is an A&A Smersh. So talking about the Mark II real quick, if you're coming over from typical NATO kit, I think that this is the easiest to do. It's a Molly chest rig with some built-in pouches. We're going to be doing a full review on it as well. But this is the most familiar, I guess you could say. You know, it's just your standard chest rig. I've got some pouches on here. I've got some more, you know, Western pouches on here as well. However, you do see those with these. These are more correct for like 2010 and onwards kits, whereas the Smersh was developed in 1999, 2000, I think, and they're typically used up until about 2010 when they started moving over to things like these and plate carriers with Molly on them. So this is pretty typical of any other chest rig you'd expect on the market. However, how have you liked belt systems in general? Not just the Smersh, but even like Western designs. What advantages does a belt system like this give you, besides having, you know, the front empty where you can just kind of lay down?
So that's a great point. Being able to lay down and go prone with nothing on your belly is fantastic. I do a lot of reconnaissance type stuff with the Gun Gamers guys. I just kind of fell into it because that was my job in the military. I wasn't super high speed, so don't get into that. But the belt system is really good for basically just wearing all the weight on your hips and your shoulders. And it's really comfortable. It takes a lot of pressure off your lower back. I find it very comfortable. It's very breathable. And the A&A Smersh, which I have here, this is built for the AK. This is a great rig. It has a backpack that kind of flips to your front, and that's super useful. You can also mount it to the lower belt. But on the back, I have a hydration carrier, which is just made by Condor. And like I said,
This is inspired, not impression.
Inspired, not impression. Russian militia. If you look at some of the other militias of the world, they use a lot of Condor stuff. So let's have a Condor holster.
it gives you a lot of variety. I
Yeah.
will say, for the Smershes as well, they're available for the AS Val, they're available for PKPs, PKMs, so you have a lot of variety on there. It's kind of like web gear, I guess you could say, but more
Oh, yeah,
modernized.
definitely.
Now, for guns, because you're running Russians, you're going to want to use an AK, obviously. The main way that you'd see AK set up is typically going to be on a 74M or an AK 104 105, which is essentially, for our purposes as BB Warriors, is an AK 74M with a shortened barrel. Now, for, kind of setting them up, there's a company called Zenetco. They make a lot of different rails and things like that. That is primarily who you're going to want to go with. The example that we have here, if you just want to raise it up a little bit,
Yep.
we've got a CAA lower handguard. We've got I believe this is Zenetco upper handguard, and this just has a T1 on here. Zenetco B9, I don't remember what the flashlights indicated. Zenetco Zenetco forward grip, excuse me, I can't talk. And this is cut at an angle so that when you remove the mag, you don't have it getting in the way.
Yeah.
I kind of went on the other end of the spectrum. I wanted to build a smaller gun, so I have a 74U. Mine really has not been kitted out at all, but putting Zenetco on your gun is pretty much always the way to go. You're not going to be incorrect in that way. 74Us haven't really been used that much after 2010 when I'm going for a little bit older kit, and the impression that I'm actually working on at the moment does use a 74U in it. I have a B13 on here, which has to be cut down for the 74U, but yeah, that is just a general overview of how to get into a Russian kit. If you want to buy gear, I would highly suggest going through, there's a company called Gray Shop. I'll have their information down in the description below. They're not affiliated with today's video, however, I've had nothing but good experiences with them.
Yeah, they're great.
They sell both of these, actually. They don't sell this exact Mark II. This is a issued one. However, they do sell a copy of it, which is only slightly different. Just the tan is a little bit different color, but it's practically the same. They have been seen in use. But yeah, guys, that's just a general overview of how to get started in a Russian kit. Again, this is not impression help. If you're looking for that, I'd look to the guys at Rushing Russians if you're here in the US, or there's plenty of other organizations around the world that do really good Russian impressions. But if you're just looking to throw something together, if you want to go militia at a Milsim West event, this is a great way to get started. I would say that this looks a little bit more militia than this, but that is really going to do it. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I would definitely suggest checking out Gun Gamer's channel. We're going to be doing some other collaborations with them. They do some really good educational content. But if you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more, I'd love it if you join the community. Bang that subscribe button down below and make sure to hit the bell icon next to it for updates when we post brand new videos every single Friday here on the channel. I want to say a huge thank you to R&M Paintball and Airsoft for having us out to film today's video and all the other collaboration videos. But my name is Lane.
And I'm Cory.
And we will see you all next time.